3 months after the confrontation with the Voldarian fleet, Earth had changed. The secret was out. Humanity had developed technology that could alter physics itself. The 5 advanced ships patrolled the solar system. The public now knew about Sentinel Base and the other hidden facilities. The Galactic Conclave had called an emergency session. The 13 elder races debated what to do about humanity, the unexpected 14th species with its strange approach to technology. Some wanted to contain Earth, others argued for cooperation. A few extremists suggested elimination, but they were quickly silenced. Admiral Catherine Pierce prepared for her journey to the Conclave's central world. She would represent humanity at the historic meeting. Earth governments had selected her as their ambassador. She understood both the military and diplomatic implications. The Harbinger would transport her. Captain Olivia Winters and her crew had earned this honor. Their ship had revealed humanity's true capabilities to the galaxy. Now it would carry humanity's voice. Olivia walked through the ship checking preparations. Her crew worked with quiet efficiency. They understood the importance of their mission. This trip would establish humanity's place. Among the stars, Lieutenant Susan Bradley reviewed weapon systems. They would be traveling through potentially hostile space. The Voldarian Empire had accepted their defeat publicly, but privately, they might seek revenge. Lieutenant Nancy Reeves programmed the navigation system. The journey would take them beyond known space to the Conclave's central world, a place no human had ever visited. Dr. Paula Kennedy prepared the medical bay for possible alien encounters. Each species had different biology, different needs. She had studied the data from first contact, preparing treatments that might work across species in her quarters. Olivia reviewed diplomatic protocols. The Conclave had rules for everything: how to address the High Council, when to speak, when to remain silent, the proper greetings for each species. She memorized them all. Admiral Pierce joined her. These protocols are suggestions, not requirements. Pierce said, "Remember, we come as equals, not supplicants." Olivia nodded. The Admiral was right. Humanity would not bow. They had earned their place through innovation and courage. The day of departure arrived. The Harbinger prepared to leave Earth orbit, its quantum systems fully charged, its crew ready, its mission clear. Represent humanity show. Strength but seek peace. As the ship rose from the atmosphere, crowds watched from below. They cheered the vessel that had defended Earth. They placed their hopes in its crew. The future of human and alien relations would be shaped by this journey. The Harbinger activated its Klein drive, the technology that allowed it to manipulate quantum states and select which reality would manifest. The stars seemed to stretch, then reality itself shifted. The ship entered a state between normal space traveling, faster than light but not through conventional means. Inside the ship, Olivia monitored systems. The Klein drive functioned perfectly. The journey would take 3 days. 3 days to reach the heart of the Galactic Conclave, the political center of known space. Admiral Pierce spent the time studying. The elder races had provided data about themselves, their histories, their conflicts, their alliances. Understanding these relationships would be crucial for the coming negotiations. On the 3rd day, the Harbinger arrived at its destination, the Conclave central world. It was a massive artificial structure, not a planet but a constructed sphere, the size of a small moon. It orbited no star. Instead, it generated its own energy, its own gravity, its own atmosphere. The Harbinger approached slowly, its systems visible to alien sensors. Olivia wanted them to see what humanity could do, what technology Earth had developed. There would be no more deception. A transmission came from the Conclave station. Permission to dock granted. Follow the guidance signals. The Harbinger followed the alien signals, its hull shifting slightly as it adjusted to the local space, the quantum lattice adapting to new conditions. The ship moved with grace and precision, showing its advanced capabilities. The docking procedure completed. The Harbinger secured itself to the massive station. Olivia gave final instructions to her crew. Lieutenant Bradley and Lieutenant Reeves would accompany them to the council chamber. The others would remain with the ship alert and ready. The delegation from Earth walked through the alien station. It was a marvel of engineering, a meeting place for 13 different species, each with different needs, different environments. The station accommodated them all. The central chamber was enormous, a circular room with 13 sections, each designed for a specific elder race. Some filled with water, some with special atmospheres, some with higher or lower gravity, all connected to a central platform where representatives could meet. Admiral Pierce and her team took their position. A new section had been prepared for humans. Standard atmosphere, normal gravity, a gesture of welcome that did not go unnoticed. The High Council entered representatives of the 13 elder races, each powerful, each ancient, each with their own agenda. The Voldarian counselor avoided looking at the humans. The Arcturian seemed curious. The others watched with varying degrees of interest or concern. The Arcturian High Counselor Teller opened the session. The conclave recognizes the representatives of Earth. We have gathered to determine their status within the galactic community. Admiral Pierce stepped forward. Her voice strong, her posture confident. Humanity thanks the conclave for this opportunity. We come seeking understanding and cooperation. We have developed along a different path, but our goals are the same. Peace, prosperity, knowledge. The council listened as Pierce explained humanity's position. They did not seek dominance. They wanted exchange of ideas. They would share some of their technology, but they would not be controlled. They would not be limited. The Voldarian counselor finally spoke. Your species hid its true nature. You deceived the conclave. How can we trust you now? Pierce responded calmly. We hid our capabilities because we studied our own history. When technologically advanced civilizations encounter less developed ones, the results are often tragic. We needed to understand your intentions before revealing ourselves. Your empire's attempt to conquer Earth proved our caution was justified. This silenced the Voldarian. The other counselors nodded. Some had suspected the Voldarian Empire had plans. Beyond simple contact, their aggressive history was well known. The Arcturian asked the key question. Your technology alters physics itself. This concerns many species. It suggests unpredictability. How can we be certain you will use this power responsibly? Captain, Winters stepped forward with permission from Pierce. We demonstrated our ethics when we disabled but did not destroy the Voldarian fleet. We could have eliminated them. We chose restraint. Olivia activated a small device. A hologram appeared showing the confrontation. The Harbinger creating fields of altered physics. The Voldarian ships disabled but intact. The restraint was obvious, the message clear. Humans had power but also wisdom. The council deliberated for hours. Questions were asked. Answers given, concerns raised. Reassurances offered. The humans stood firm. They would not apologize for defending themselves. They would not limit their development. But they would act as responsible members of the galactic community. Finally, the Arcturian announced the Council's decision. Earth is recognized as the homeworld of the 14th advanced species. The protections and rights granted to elder races are extended to humanity. With these rights come responsibilities. The sharing of knowledge, the protection of developing worlds. The maintenance of galactic peace. Admiral Pierce accepted the decision with dignity. Humanity thanks the conclave. We accept these rights and responsibilities. We look forward to a new era of cooperation. The formal ceremony followed. Each counselor approached the humans, each acknowledged them as equals. Each offered a gesture of welcome specific to their culture. The Voldarian did so with obvious reluctance, but tradition required it. When the ceremony ended, the real work began. Treaties would be negotiated. Trade established, cultural exchanges planned. The humans would share some of their technology. The elder races would share theirs. New understandings would emerge as they returned to the Harbinger. Olivia spoke quietly to Admiral Pierce. They fear us, Pierce nodded. Good fear will keep them honest. Respect will build cooperation. We need both. The Harbinger prepared for the journey home. Its mission successful, Earth was now recognized throughout the galaxy, not as a primitive world to be conquered or protected, but as an equal, a civilization that had taken a different path, a species that had learned to change the rules, not just master them. On the bridge, Olivia looked at her crew. They had made history. They had revealed humanity's true face to the stars. They had changed everything. Lieutenant Bradley smiled. It all started because they mocked our technology. Olivia nodded. The aliens had assumed humanity was primitive because humans used rockets and nuclear power. They never considered that Earth might be developing something completely different, something beyond their understanding. Their mockery had become their undoing, as the Harbinger activated its Klein drive, returning to Earth. The future stretched before them. The galaxy had changed. Humanity had revealed itself. The elder races had accepted a new member, one with strange and wonderful technology. On Earth, people watched the stars with new understanding. They were not alone in the universe, but they were not helpless. They had defenders. They had ships that could alter physics itself. They had earned their place among the stars. 6 hours passed. The disabled Voldarian fleet remained in Earth orbit under the watchful eye of the Harbinger. A second human ship had joined them. The USS Stormbreaker, commanded by Captain Laurel Chen, rose from beneath the Atlantic Ocean. It was similar to the Harbinger but specialized in defensive systems. Captain Chen contacted the Harbinger admiral. Pierce says to expect company, Laurel said. The conclave is sending. Representatives, Olivia nodded on her screen. This was expected. The 13 elder races would not ignore what happened here. They would want to see this human technology for themselves. The Voldarian commander had been in constant communication with his government. His initial arrogance was gone, replaced by caution and respect. He requested a meeting with human leaders. Earth governments agreed to the meeting, but not on the aliens' terms. It would happen on the neutral ground of the moon, at the secret base humans had built there. Another facility hidden from alien observation. As preparations for the meeting continued, 3 more ships emerged from Earth's oceans: the Quantum Dawn, the Relativity, and the Event Horizon. Each specialized in different aspects of physics manipulation. Together with the Harbinger and Stormbreaker, they formed a protective ring around Earth. The Relativity, commanded by Captain Maria Diaz, took position near Mars, its sensors watching deep space for any sign of reinforcements. The Event Horizon, under Captain Angela Simmons, moved to lunar orbit to secure the meeting location. The truth about Earth defenses spread across human media. People learned that their governments had worked together in secret for decades, building technology that could alter the fundamental forces of the universe. The public response was mixed. Some were angry about the deception. Others were grateful that humanity had defenders. Admiral Pierce called a meeting of all ship captains. They gathered via secure quantum communication, each reporting the status of their vessel and crew. We expect the conclave representatives to arrive within 48 hours. Pierce said, they will be cautious, they will be curious, and they will be afraid. Captain, Diaz spoke up. The Voldarians are a warrior culture. They may see our technology as a challenge, not a deterrent. Pierce nodded. Maria was right. The Voldarians might respond with greater force. We need to prepare for that possibility, but we also need to show that we prefer peace. We disabled their fleet, we didn't destroy it. That sends a message. Captain Chen asked about the diplomatic approach. How much of our technology do we reveal? That was the key question. Pierce looked thoughtful. The president believes we should be open about our capabilities. The time for deception is over. We need to establish our position in the galactic community from a place of honesty and strength. The captains discussed strategy for an hour. They planned for various scenarios. They prepared for peace, but also for continued conflict. The conclave might recognize humanity as equals, or they might see humans as a threat to be eliminated as the meeting ended. Pierce gave them their orders. Maintain defensive positions. Protect Earth at all costs. but avoid aggressive actions. Unless attacked, we want peace if possible. On the Harbinger. Olivia briefed her crew. The diplomatic meeting would begin soon. Lieutenant Bradley would accompany her to represent their technical capabilities. Dr. Kennedy would attend to show humanity's concern for all life forms, including aliens. The Harbinger detected a new signal, a transmission from deep space. A massive ship was approaching. It was not Voldarian. Its design was different. It represented the Galactic Conclave, the central authority of the 13 elder races. The Conclave ship was impressive. It dwarfed even the Voldarian vessels. Its hull shimmered with energy patterns. Its engines left no trace in space. It simply moved as if space itself made way. Lieutenant Reeves analyzed the ship. Their technology is advanced but still conventional. They manipulate existing physics, they don't change the rules like we do. Olivia nodded. This gave humanity an advantage. The aliens had mastered the physical laws of the universe. Humans had learned to change those laws. Their approaches were fundamentally different. The Conclave ship sent a message. We come to observe and understand. We bring representatives of all 13 elder races. We request permission to approach Earth governments. Granted permission with conditions the Conclave ship could enter orbit, but must power down weapons. Its shuttle could land at the lunar facility with a limited delegation. As the alien ship took position near Earth, the human vessels maintained their guard. The Harbinger kept its quantum systems active, ready to shift states if needed. The Stormbreaker projected a defensive field around Earth that would slow down any attack a shuttle left the Conclave ship. It was escorted by human spacecraft to the moon. The meeting would take place at Armstrong Base, a facility built inside a lunar crater. Hidden from Earth observation for decades, Olivia and her selected crew members traveled to the moon in a small craft. It too was more advanced than anything publicly acknowledged. Its propulsion system created a bubble of altered space, moving the craft without traditional engines. At Armstrong Base, representatives from Earth governments waited. The facility was impressive, built with technology that the public had never seen: advanced life support systems, gravity control, quantum computers. The base represented the true level of human advancement. The alien shuttle landed. 13 representatives emerged, one from each elder race. The Voldarian looked uncomfortable. The others were curious, some appeared concerned, a few seemed almost excited. Admiral Pierce greeted them formally. "Welcome to Armstrong Base. I am Admiral Catherine Pierce of the Earth Defense Force." The lead alien stepped forward. "I am High Counselor Teller of the Arcturian Dominion. I speak for the Conclave. We have come to understand what has happened here." Pierce gestured to the base entrance. "Please join us inside. We have much to discuss." The aliens followed, looking around at the human technology. They scanned it with their devices. They whispered among themselves, clearly surprised by what they saw. The meeting chamber was large, with a circular table. Earth representatives sat on one side, alien delegates on the other. Admiral Pierce opened the discussion. "The Voldarian Empire sent a fleet to conquer Earth," she began. "They assumed we were primitive based on the technology we allowed them to see. They were mistaken." The Arcturian delegate spoke. "We have observed your world for centuries. Your development followed expected patterns. Then suddenly you reveal technology that should be beyond your capability. How is this possible?" "Captain." Olivia Winters stepped forward with permission from Pierce. "Humanity chose to hide our true capabilities," she explained. "We studied our own history. When technologically advanced civilizations encountered less developed ones, the results were rarely beneficial for the latter." The aliens murmured among themselves. The concept seemed to surprise them. Olivia continued. "We developed our technology in secret. We showed the galaxy only what we wanted it to see. While you watched our rocket launches and primitive space stations, we were exploring quantum manipulation and variable physics states." Lieutenant Bradley activated a holographic display. It showed how human technology worked, not by accepting the rules of physics, but by changing them, creating bubbles where reality itself operated differently. The aliens were stunned. Some seemed unable to comprehend what they were seeing. One, a reptilian being with crystal growths on its head, spoke with obvious distress. "This violates the fundamental principles of the universe. This cannot be allowed," Admiral Pierce responded, firmly. "This is how humanity has chosen to develop. We do not tell you how to use your technology. We expect the same respect in return." The meeting continued for hours. The aliens asked questions. Humans provided answers carefully. They revealed enough to demonstrate their capabilities, but not all their secrets. Some technologies remained classified. The Arcturian finally addressed the key issue. "Your species has developed in an unexpected direction. You can create localized changes to physics itself. This is concerning to many Conclave members. It suggests unpredictability." Captain Winters responded, "We understand your concern, but consider this. We disabled the Voldarian fleet without destroying it. We could have eliminated them. We chose restraint. This seemed to impact the aliens they conferred among themselves." The Voldarian representative remained silent. His empire had been humiliated, his fleet defeated. He had little to contribute. Finally, the Arcturian spoke again. "The Conclave must reconsider humanity's status. You are clearly not the primitive species we believed. What are your intentions toward the galactic community?" Admiral Pierce answered honestly, "We seek recognition as equals. We want peaceful exchange of knowledge and culture. We have no interest in conquest, but we will defend ourselves if threatened." The aliens seemed relieved by this. The tension in the room decreased slightly. The meeting concluded with a tentative agreement. The Conclave would withdraw the Voldarian fleet. They would recognize Earth as an independent power not subject to alien control. They would establish diplomatic relations. As the aliens returned to their shuttle, Olivia spoke privately with Admiral Pierce. "They are still afraid of us." Pierce nodded. "They should be. We changed the rules of the game. Today is just the beginning. The real challenge comes next. Establishing our place in the galaxy without starting a war." The human ships maintained their vigilance as the alien representatives departed. The Harbinger returned to Earth orbit. Its mission successful but not complete. The revelation of human technology had changed everything. The galaxy would never see Earth the same way again. Chaos erupted among the Voldarian fleet. Their lead ship bent at an impossible angle. Its captain screamed orders as systems failed. Alarms blared throughout their vessels. The other ships turned their weapons toward the Harbinger. Olivia remained, calm on her command chair. She watched the alien fleet with steady eyes. They had expected this. The aliens would respond with force. It was their nature. The Voldarian ships fired energy weapons. Beams of concentrated plasma shot toward the Harbinger. The weapons were powerful enough to destroy a small moon. Lieutenant Nancy Reeves called out, "Quantum displacement ready, Captain." Olivia nodded. "Execute." The Harbinger did not try to dodge the incoming fire. Instead, it shifted into a quantum state. The ship existed in multiple potential positions at once. When the alien weapons hit, they passed through empty space. The Harbinger was simultaneously there and not there. On the Voldarian ships, panic spread. Their sensors showed impossible readings. The human vessel appeared in 7 different locations at once, not as 7 ships but as a single vessel occupying multiple positions. This violated everything they understood about physics. "How is this possible?" demanded the Voldarian fleet commander. His officers had no answers. Olivia opened a communication channel. "This is Captain Winters of the Harbinger. Your weapons cannot harm us. Your shields cannot stop us. We are giving you one final chance to retreat." The Voldarian commander responded with anger. "We are the Voldarian Empire. We do not retreat from primitives." Olivia sighed. They were making this harder than it needed to be. Lieutenant Bradley, prepare temporal displacement weapon. Target their propulsion systems. Susan Bradley worked her console with practice skill. The weapons charged with blue energy. The temporal displacement device was one of humanity's most advanced technologies. It could alter how time flowed in a targeted area. The Harbinger fired again. This time, the beam hit. 3 Voldarian ships at once. The effect was subtle but devastating. The targeted areas on the ship suddenly experienced time at 1/10 the normal rate. The engines of the alien vessels continued to function, but too slowly to be effective. The ships drifted, unable to maneuver properly. The remaining Voldarian ships continued firing, their weapons growing more desperate. They launched missiles. They fired energy cannons. Nothing worked. The Harbinger shifted between quantum states, making it impossible to hit. Lieutenant Bradley looked at her captain. Phase 2. Olivia nodded. The demonstration needed to escalate. The aliens needed to understand what they were facing. Execute Phase 2. Target their weapon systems. The Harbinger moved closer to the alien fleet. Then it did something that shocked even the human observers watching from Earth. It split into 3 distinct vessels, each one fully functional, each one still connected to the others through quantum entanglement. The 3 aspects of the Harbinger surrounded the alien fleet. Each fired different weapons. One created a field where light moved slower, making energy weapons sluggish and ineffective. One created a bubble where electrical systems misfired, disabling alien computers. The third projected a field where the strong nuclear force was slightly weakened, causing alien metal alloys to become brittle. The Voldarian ships began to drift. Some lost power. Some had weapons that backfired. The mighty invasion fleet was being systematically disabled, not destroyed but rendered harmless. On Earth, people watched in wonder. Most had no idea their governments had developed such technology. They saw the alien fleet that had come to conquer them being defeated by a single human ship in Sentinel Base. Admiral Pierce nodded with satisfaction. The plan was working. The aliens were learning their lesson without excessive bloodshed. On the Harbinger. Olivia watched the alien fleet carefully. She did not want to destroy them. She wanted them to surrender. But she knew the Voldarian pride might not allow that. The quantum aspects of the Harbinger rejoined, becoming a single vessel again. The ship hovered before the disabled alien fleet. Olivia opened communications again. Your fleet is disabled. Your weapons cannot harm us. Your shields cannot stop us. You came to our world expecting to find primitives. Instead, you found equals. Perhaps it is time to talk as equals. The Voldarian commander was silent. His ship drifted powerless, its once mighty weapons useless. Finally, he responded, "How is this possible? Your species was using chemical rockets just months ago." Olivia allowed herself a small smile. "We let you think that we have been developing these technologies in secret for 50 years. While you watched our rocket launches and laughed, we were exploring quantum possibility manipulation and selective application of variable physics. One of the alien ships attempted to flee. It tried to activate its faster-than-light drive. The Harbinger fired again, this time creating a field where the fabric of space was temporarily strengthened. The alien ship could not create the spatial distortion needed for faster-than-light travel. It remained trapped. Olivia continued. The 13 elder races of the Conclave mastered existing physics, gravity manipulation, quantum folding, energy projection. You became very good at using the rules, but humans took a different approach. We learned to change the rules themselves. On her command console, Olivia could see reports from around the alien fleet. Their systems were failing. Their crews were confused and frightened. Some were injured, but the Harbinger had been careful. No alien ships had been destroyed. No crew members had been killed. This was important. Humanity wanted to show strength, not cruelty. The Voldarian commander spoke again, his voice now showing respect. Your technology, it rewrites physics itself. Olivia nodded. We call it selective physics, state manipulation. We can create fields where the fundamental constants of the universe are slightly different. Not enough to cause catastrophic effects, but enough to disable your technology. The alien fleet hung in space, defeated the mighty Voldarians who had conquered. Dozens of worlds had been stopped by a single human vessel. They had come expecting an easy victory. They found instead a civilization that had developed technology beyond their understanding. In Sentinel Base, Admiral Pierce sent a message to world governments. The demonstration is complete. The alien fleet is disabled but intact. No casualties reported. Recommend beginning diplomatic contact. Around the world, human leaders prepared to reveal the truth to their people. For decades, they had maintained the deception, showing old technology publicly while developing the physics manipulation technology in secret. Now they could be honest. Earth had defenders. The aliens would not conquer them. Olivia received new orders from Admiral Pierce. Well done. Captain, the Stormbreaker will launch to join you. The world leaders are preparing a united message to the Galactic Conclave. Keep the aliens contained until diplomatic ships arrive. Olivia acknowledged the orders. She looked at her crew. They had performed perfectly. Each one had played their part in this historic moment, the day when humanity revealed its true technology to the Galaxy Lieutenant. Bradley spoke what everyone was thinking. They really thought we were primitive. Olivia nodded. Their arrogance made them vulnerable. They assumed that technological development followed a single path. Their path. They never considered we might take a different direction. The bridge crew watched the alien fleet. The Harbinger maintained its position. Systems remained at full alert. They had won the first encounter, but this was just the beginning. Now would come the hard part, establishing a new relationship with the Galactic Conclave. Not as a primitive species to be conquered, but as equals. A new transmission came in from Earth. The diplomatic team was ready. Earth would speak to the Conclave with one voice. Humanity would present its terms. Olivia transferred the message to her screen. She read it with approval. The terms were fair. Humanity did not seek revenge. They wanted recognition. They wanted respect. They wanted a place among the stars as equals. The Voldarian commander requested permission to contact his government. Olivia granted it. The aliens needed to inform the Conclave of what had happened. The 13 elder races needed to know that a 14th had emerged, one with technology that worked differently from anything they had seen before. As the alien transmission went out, Olivia thought about what would come next. The Harbinger had changed everything. Humanity had revealed itself. The facade was gone. Now the real relationship with alien civilizations would begin. Susan Bradley looked at the ship's status. All systems nominal. Captain, we can maintain this position indefinitely. Olivia nodded. Good. The next few hours would be critical. The alien fleet might try something desperate. They might receive reinforcements. The situation could change quickly. The Harbinger remained vigilant, its quantum systems humming with power, its weapons ready, its crew alert. The ship was humanity's shield, and if necessary, humanity's sword. Around the world, people celebrated. They had seen the alien fleet disabled. They knew now that Earth could defend itself. The fear that had spread when the invasion fleet arrived was replaced with pride. Humanity had stood against the stars, and humanity had prevailed. The long deception was over. The true age of human technology had begun. 3 months passed quickly. The day the aliens promised to return arrived. Earth governments pretended to be excited. They built a welcome area for the alien ships. They prepared speeches about friendship and learning from advanced races. Commander Heather Martinez stood at the command center of the Public Earth Defense Force. Her job was to continue the act. She wore the simple uniform of Earth forces and waited with her small fleet of outdated spacecraft. These ships used chemical rockets and nuclear power, just as the aliens expected. The radar operator called out, "Commander, we have multiple contacts entering the solar system." Heather looked at the screen. This was not what they expected. The aliens had brought 17 warships, not diplomatic vessels. These were weapons of war. Send the greeting message anyway. Heather ordered. She had to play her part. The alien fleet ignored the welcome message. They moved past the outer planets quickly. Their engines flared blue against the blackness of Space Lieutenant Amy Foster looked up from her station commander. They are not responding to any communications. They have weapons systems active. Heather nodded. This confirmed what human intelligence had suspected. The Voldarians never intended to be friends. They saw Earth as a resource to be taken. Their friendly first contact was just to assess human capabilities, prepare the fleet. Heather ordered, "We need to show some resistance, but not reveal our true technology." This was the plan, all along make the aliens think the fight would be easy. The small human fleet moved into position. The ships were intentionally basic. Old engines, old weapons, no advanced shields. The kind of technology humans had used 20 years ago. The kind the aliens expected to see. The Voldarian fleet approached Earth. The lead ship was massive. It stretched over 2 miles long. Its hull gleamed like polished blue metal. Weapon ports lined its sides. Energy shields shimmered around it. From that ship came a transmission. The aliens did not even use a human language. They broadcast in their own tongue, expecting humans to figure it out. The translation team quickly decoded the message. The Voldarian commander spoke with no pretense of friendship. "The human world is now under Voldarian control. Surrender your military forces and prepare for occupation. Resistance is pointless given the technology difference between our civilizations." Heather responded as planned. "You have no right to our world. We will defend ourselves." The alien commander laughed. It was that same scraping metal sound they had heard before. "Your species will serve as workers under Voldarian rule. This is generous. Many species are simply removed when found." Heather gave the order to her. "Fleet show resistance, but do not use anything advanced." The human ships fired basic missiles and laser weapons. The alien shields blocked everything easily. The Voldarians did not immediately destroy the human fleet. They seemed to enjoy the demonstration of their superiority. After 10 minutes of this display, Heather ordered her ships to pull back. Earth governments sent a message. "We request 48 hours to evacuate civilian populations from military installations." The Voldarian commander replied, with contempt, "You have 24 of your hours. We are not unreasonable." As the aliens waited in orbit, confident in their victory, the real human response began. Deep under the Pacific Ocean, in Sentinel Base, Admiral Catherine Pierce gathered her officers. The moment they had prepared for had arrived. The command room was silent as she spoke. "Operation Lazarus is now active. Prepare the Harbinger for launch. The Stormbreaker and Quantum Dawn will remain in reserve unless needed." Captain Olivia Winters stood at attention. She would command the first real human warship to reveal itself to the aliens. She had trained for this moment for years. Her crew was the best humanity had to offer. Admiral Pierce looked at each officer in turn. "The aliens believe we are primitive. They expect us to surrender or die. Those are the only options they can imagine." She smiled slightly. "They have no idea what they are about to face." Engineers prepared the Harbinger for launch. The ship was unlike anything humans had publicly admitted to creating. Its hull was not made of normal materials. It was a lattice of quantum-entangled particles that existed in multiple states at once. It could be solid or not solid. It could absorb energy or reflect it. The weapons were not simple lasers or missiles. They were devices that could alter physics itself. They could create bubbles where gravity was stronger or weaker. They could speed up or slow down time in small areas. They could even temporarily change how light and energy worked. Olivia walked through the ship checking systems, talking to her crew. Lieutenant Nancy Reeves handled the navigation systems. These would allow the ship to appear in multiple places at once, not through illusion, but through actual quantum positioning. Lieutenant Susan Bradley managed the weapons. She had trained for years to use technology that could change reality itself. She knew how to calculate exactly how much to alter physics without causing permanent damage. In the medical bay, Dr. Paula Kennedy prepared for possible casualties. She had devices that could accelerate healing by altering how cells experience time. What took days could be done in minutes. The Harbinger was not just a warship. It was a statement. Humans had taken a different path than the aliens. The Galactic Conclave had mastered existing physics. Humans had learned to change physics itself. As the launch time approached, Olivia took her place on the bridge. The command chair adjusted to her body. The neural interface activated, allowing her to feel the ship as an extension of herself. The crew took their stations, each one connected to the ship through similar interfaces. This was not just technology, it was a joining of human minds and advanced machines. Admiral Pierce contacted the Harbinger from the command center. Launch in 5 minutes. Captain Winters, remember your orders. Demonstrate our capabilities, but avoid killing if possible. We want to force them to negotiate, not start a war we cannot end. Olivia acknowledged the order. She understood the balance they needed to find. Show enough power to make the aliens back down, but not so much that the Voldarians would return with their entire empire. The Harbinger powered up. Its engines did not burn fuel. They created controlled bubbles of altered space. The ship could move by essentially choosing which version of reality would exist next. The launch doors above the underwater base opened. Ocean water was held back by energy fields. The Harbinger rose silently. Its systems were already bending light, making it difficult to see even when not fully activated in orbit. The aliens continued their preparations for invasion. They deployed smaller ships, their scanners mapped Earth looking for important targets. They were so confident they did not even maintain full alert status. The Harbinger broke the ocean surface. Water slid off its black hull. The blue lights along its sides pulsed as the quantum systems fully activated on. The Voldarian command ship alarms suddenly blared. A sensor operator called out in confusion. Commander, an unknown vessel has appeared. It does not match any known human technology. The Voldarian commander rushed to the screen. What deception is this? He demanded. The Harbinger rose higher. Its systems now fully online. It did not fly like normal ships. It seemed to flicker as it moved, appearing to be in multiple positions at once. Olivia opened a channel to the alien fleet. This is Captain Olivia, Winters of the Earth vessel, Harbinger. Your invasion force is in violation of Earth sovereignty. Withdraw immediately, or we will be forced to demonstrate our actual technological capabilities. The Voldarian commander was speechless for a moment. Then, he recovered. What trickery is this? Your species uses chemical rockets and nuclear fission. Olivia smiled. We let you believe that we have been watching your civilization for longer than you realize. We know your technology. We know your intentions, and we are not as primitive as you thought. The aliens scanned the Harbinger. Their sensors could not make sense of it. The quantum state of the hull confused their systems. The readings contradicted each other. The Voldarian commander recovered his composure. One unusual ship changes nothing, he declared. Our fleet will still conquer your world. Olivia looked at her weapons officer. Susan Bradley nodded. She was ready. Olivia gave the order. Show them what we can do. Target their lead ship. Gravity. Displacement level 3. The Harbinger fired. Its weapons did not shoot energy or projectiles. Instead, they fired a focused beam that altered gravity. The beam hit the lead Voldarian ship. The effect was immediate. The front half of the ship suddenly experienced 10 times normal gravity, while the back half experienced normal gravity. The ship bent in the middle. Its shields designed to stop energy or physical objects did nothing against this attack. The Voldarians were about to learn that they had made a terrible mistake. The Galactic Conclave watched Earth for many years. They thought humans were not worth their time. The aliens had big ships that could bend gravity and travel faster than light. They looked at human rockets and space stations and laughed. Ambassador Lixtar from the Voldarian Empire was the worst. She watched videos of human spacecraft and called them slow and weak. The 13 elder races of the Conclave had mastered space travel thousands of years ago. What humans thought was advanced technology was like stone tools to them. The aliens decided it was time to make official contact. They sent a small ship to Earth. It landed in the Nevada desert where the Earth Defense Force was waiting. Captain Olivia Winters stood tall as the ship door opened. She was the first human to meet aliens face to face. She wore her blue uniform with pride. Her brown hair was tied back and her green eyes watched carefully as strange creatures walked out. The aliens were tall with skin that looked like blue metal. They had 4 arms and eyes that glowed yellow. Their leader stepped forward, looking down at Olivia like she was a child. Olivia spoke first. My name is Captain Olivia Winters of the Earth Defense Force. Welcome to Earth. The alien made a sound like metal scraping. The translator on its chest spoke in a flat voice. I am High Commander Zerkal of the Voldarian Empire. We have been watching your kind for some time. Olivia nodded. We suspected we were not alone in the universe. The alien made that scraping sound again. It was laughing. Your species uses rockets with chemical fuel. You split atoms for energy. How amusing. Perhaps in 1,000 years you might create something worth our attention. Livia kept her face calm, even though she wanted to smile. The alien did not know that humans were hiding their true technology. For 50 years, Earth governments had worked together in secret. They showed the world, and any watching aliens, old rocket technology. But deep underground, and under the ocean, they built something new. The Voldarians brought out devices and scanned the human base. They nodded to each other, convinced that humans were primitive. The alien commander spoke again. We will allow your species to join the conclave as a protected world. This is a great honor. What does protected mean? Asked Olivia. Knowing the answer already, it means we will guide your development. We will give you small technologies when we think you are ready. We will decide what you can do in space. The alien seemed pleased with itself. Olivia looked at her second-in-command, Lieutenant Sandra Murphy. They shared a quick look. Both knew what the aliens really meant. Protected was just a nice word for controlled. The aliens spent the day showing off their technology. They made objects float. They created light shows. They teleported small items across the room. They clearly wanted to impress the humans. What the aliens did not know was that everything was being recorded. Sensors hidden in the walls, studied. Their technology scientists in a base under the Pacific Ocean called Sentinel Base watched everything. The aliens thought they were amazing, but human scientists nodded to each other. Their technology worked differently than alien tech, but was just as advanced. Admiral Catherine Pierce watched from Sentinel Base. She was in charge of humanity's real space fleet. She spoke to her team. We now know how their shields work. Their faster-than-light drive is interesting, but our Klein technology is better. Aliens stayed for 3 days. They gave speeches about how they would help humanity grow. They promised to protect Earth from dangerous aliens. They never asked if humans wanted their help. They just assumed on the last day. High Commander Zerkal gave Captain Winters a small device. This communicator will let you contact us. It is simple enough for your scientists to understand. Olivia took it and smiled. Thank you for your generosity. After the aliens left, Olivia flew to Sentinel Base in a normal airplane. The aliens were still watching from orbit, so she had to be careful. When she arrived, she met with Admiral Pierce and the other leaders. Olivia handed the alien device to the science team. They took it apart in minutes. It was also a spy tool. The aliens could listen to anything near it. Admiral Pierce stood before the large screen showing the alien ship still in orbit. They think we are children. She pointed to another screen showing a massive ship hidden underwater. It was long and black. With blue lights along its side, the USS Harbinger was almost ready. Let them think that Olivia said we have monitored their communications. They plan to take over Earth slowly. They will give us some technology but keep us dependent. They have done this to other worlds. The room was quiet. Everyone knew what was coming. The aliens would return with more ships. They would make demands. Their friendly mask would fall away. Olivia looked at the advanced human ship on the screen. The aliens would be surprised when they found out what humans could really do. Their ships bent space to travel quickly. Human ships could do more. They could change how physics worked. Admiral Pierce spoke to the room. We have 3 months before they return with their fleet. Continue the act. Keep using old technology in public. Let them think we are primitive. She turned to Olivia. You did well today, Captain. The aliens believe we are harmless. Olivia nodded. 3 months to finish our preparations. The aliens would return thinking they would find an easy conquest. Instead, they would find that humans had developed technology that even the elder races had never imagined. In Sentinel Base, scientists and engineers worked day and night. They built weapons that could change gravity. They made shields that could bend light. They created drives that could fold space in new ways. Human technology did not just use physics. It rewrote the rules. Olivia spent her days training with the crew of the Harbinger. They practiced. with systems no human had publicly admitted existed. The ship could appear in multiple places at once. It could make weapons pass through it like it wasn't there. It could change how time flowed around it. The aliens thought humans were primitive, but humans had simply taken a different path. The aliens mastered the rules of physics. Humans learned to change the rules themselves. On the last night before returning to her public duties, Olivia stood looking at the Harbinger. This ship would change everything. The aliens thought they were gods coming down the mountain to help the simple humans. They did not realize they were walking into a trap. Humans had learned long ago from their own history. When advanced civilizations met less advanced, ones that usually ended badly for the less advanced, so humanity had decided to hide. When the aliens finally came, humans would be ready. Admiral Pierce joined Olivia. "Let them mock our technology," she said. "They will learn soon enough." Olivia nodded soon. The Voldarian Empire would discover their mistake, and by then it would be too late.